In the valley of Elah, two armies face each other, a silent prelude to war. A palpable tension fills the air, thick with dread and uncertainty. The Israelite soldiers stand weary, their spirits dulled by fear. King Saul observes his troops, his face mirroring their deep unease. His gaze reveals a leader, burdened by the weight of impending conflict. Goliath strides into the valley of Elah, his armored figure casting a long shadow. His voice booms, shattering the silence. Is there anyone brave enough to face me? His challenge hangs heavy in the air, unanswered, as the Israelite soldiers cower in fear. The valley seems to hold its breath, awaiting a hero, as Goliath's presence dominates every inch. Under the vast sky of Bethlehem, David watches over his father's flock, a peaceful guardian in the sprawling fields. The serene melody of David's flute dances through the air, weaving a tranquil spell over the grazing sheep. His face radiates pure peace, a reflection of the quiet harmony between man and nature. The sheep graze peacefully, undisturbed by the world, under David's watchful eye. In the fields near Bethlehem, a lion suddenly attacks David's flock, scattering the sheep in terror. Without a moment's hesitation, David confronts the ferocious beast, his eyes reflecting unwavering resolve. With swift precision, David uses his sling, striking the lion with unmatched skill. The lion collapses, defeated by David's courage and accuracy, its massive body falling lifelessly to the ground. David stands protectively over his sheep, a shepherd's strength radiating from him as he safeguards his flock. Inside Jesse's humble home, a weighty mission is entrusted to young David. Under his father's directive, David gathers provisions, a blend of duty and youthful eagerness etched on his face. With the sack slung over his shoulder, David prepares for departure. Ready to fulfill his task, David's face reflects a mix of eagerness and solemn responsibility. David arrives at the Israelite camp, a palpable tension hanging heavy in the air. The soldiers' eyes mirror a deep-seated fear, reflecting their despair in the face of an unseen terror. Goliath's booming voice echoes across the valley, each word a taunt, each syllable a blasphemy. The sound waves carry the giant's challenge, shaking the very ground beneath their feet. David's expression hardens, a visible anger rising within him at the giant's words, a storm brewing in his eyes. Under the relentless sun, the valley of Elah buzzes with soldiers, a palpable tension hanging in the air. Eliab, towering over the other soldiers, spots his younger brother David and storms towards him, face twisted in anger. Eliab confronts David, his voice laced with scorn. "What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be tending sheep? I know your heart. You just came down to watch the battle." David remains unmoved, his eyes sweeping across the battlefield, searching for a specific presence. Ignoring his brother's harsh words, David's determination hardens, his quest unwavering. David pushes past Eliab, his resolve burning bright, as he seeks out King Saul amidst the chaos. Sunlight pierces through the tent, revealing dust motes dancing in the air. The air hangs heavy with anticipation. David, a young shepherd, his eyes gleaming with unwavering resolve, faces King Saul. "I will fight Goliath," David declares, his voice ringing with youthful courage. Saul, a king etched with the burdens of war, retorts, You are but a boy. The Lord who rescued me from the paw of the lion and the paw of the bear will rescue me from the hand of this Philistine." David insists with unwavering faith. In the dim light of Saul's tent, David's unwavering faith hangs thick in the air. Moved, King Saul yields, his expression a mix of doubt and reluctant admiration. Saul offers David his heavy armor, a symbol of power now passed to a humble shepherd. David eyes the armor, its imposing size a stark contrast to his slender frame. With gentle resolve, David states, "I am not used to wearing it." The armor sits unused, a silent testament to David's unique strength and divine trust. David approaches the stream, his every step measured with intent. He kneels by the water's edge, his hand reaching into the cool stream. 5 stones are carefully selected, each one promising purpose and resolve. The stones find their place in his worn shepherd's bag, ready for the battle. David rises, his staff in hand, his stance firm. With his sling ready, David prepares to face his destiny. In the valley of Elah, the fateful meeting begins as David advances toward Goliath. Goliath bellows with rage, his voice echoing across the valley. "Am I a dog," he roars, "that you come at me with sticks? I will give your flesh to the birds and the wild animals." Goliath's eyes blazing with fury, he gestures violently, threatening David with a gruesome fate. David stands firm, undaunted by Goliath's threats. The air crackles with anticipation as the confrontation reaches its peak. Under the relentless sun, David stands on the battlefield, ready to face his formidable opponent. His voice resonates with unwavering conviction as David declares, "You come against me with sword and spear." He proclaims his faith, "But I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you have defied." With unwavering resolve, David prophesies, "This day the Lord will deliver you into my hands." His words echo across the valley, promising divine intervention and a decisive victory. In the valley of Elah, Goliath advances like a titan, each stride a tremor in the earth. David sprints forward, a whirlwind of determination against the giant's shadow. He reaches into his bag, his fingers close around a smooth stone. The stone is now secured in his grasp, ready to be released. David continues to run towards Goliath, poised to strike with unwavering resolve. In the valley of Elah, David prepares for battle, the air thick with anticipation. David begins to whirl the sling above his head, a whirlwind of lethal intent. The sling gains momentum, the stone a blur against the vast sky. With a determined gaze, David releases the stone, sending it hurtling toward its colossal target. The stone streaks through the air, a silent messenger of fate aimed at Goliath's forehead. In the valley of Elah, a stone hurtles through the air with deadly accuracy. The stone finds its mark, striking Goliath's forehead with a sickening thud. Goliath reels from the impact, disbelief etched across his face. His massive frame falters, the giant's eyes betraying his impending fall. With a thunderous roar, Goliath crashes to the earth, his reign of terror abruptly ended. Silence descends as the dust settles. The once mighty warrior now lies defeated. The valley explodes with the cheers of Israelite soldiers, their fear giving way to unrestrained jubilation. Bathed in the glow of the setting sun, David stands tall, a beacon of courage amidst the fallen giant. Panic sweeps through the Philistine ranks as they scatter, their once formidable army now a fleeing mass. The valley witnesses a moment of profound transformation as hope rises from the ashes of fear.